Welcome. We're here at the Port Phillip Men's Shed. My name's Abhijit. I'm the president here at the Men's Shed. Lovely, nice day to be out and making a bit of sawdust, and here we are. Well, myself personally, I've always had an interest in woodwork and making things, but didn't have the facility, I suppose. Over lockdown, I was trying to make things at home, and it starts to get the neighbors a bit grumpy because you're making a bit of noise and making a mess. So I wandered down here to Port Phillip Men's Shed, and it's a great community, as you can see behind me. It's a great setup. We've got all the tools that we need, some wonderful people, very, very welcoming, not just in terms of just come along and join, but also sharing skills and knowledge. So yeah, it's been here ever since. So we've got three broad areas at the shed. So there's the woodworking shed, which is behind me that you can see. And then over behind this shed is a metalworking shed, where we've got welding and metal lathes and milling machines and so forth. So there's all of metal work that goes on there. And then we've got the garden just behind us that we'll have a look at presently, which produces the kitchen garden that makes vegetables that gets used by members themselves. And then in here in the wooden shed, we're helping out communities. People come in here, members have their own projects that they work with, but also members of community come along. So we have the local kindergartens, local schools, Port Phillip Eco Centre, we have a close relationship with them. So we're often making little libraries, little bits of furniture. The kindergarten will come in and say, hey, we've got some toys that need fixing, and we'll repair those. We can have a look at some of this work that's going on there. Is stock that's being made for the South Melbourne markets. We're a charitable organisation, as are most men's sheds. So a lot of our work comes from making things that people make donations for, or selling stuff for at the market. So yeah, that's a few of the things that we're involved in at the moment. We have 150 members, so we're quite proud of our little community. Seems to be growing quite a bit. We're also one of the few men's sheds that aren't just for men, so we welcome all genders. So when we wander around today, you'll see a few ladies hard at work as well, and all age groups. So there's kind of a conception, maybe a misconception, that men's sheds are just for kind of older blokes and people who are retired, but that's not really the case. So anyone over the age of 18 can come along. A lot of the conversations are around, mental health. It's about making. Ours is very much a maker-driven community, but we feel it's kind of therapy through making. It's kind of, when you're making stuff, the mind's not playing tricks on you. So all of us need a community that we can plug into and get a bit of support. We get a good mix. When we ask the question, what kind of people come in, it's all sorts. People with a lot of skills. So we've got folks in here who are retired aeronautical engineers and retired engineers and woodworking teachers, and they want to keep their hand in and do precision work. There's others like myself who didn't have much of a background, but was very hungry and keen to learn. So we come along and the folks get involved and teach. There's others who are just looking for a bit of companionship. They just want to come in, and we've got a lunchroom inside. They want to have a cuppa, chat with a mate, maybe watch a bit of telly, read the newspaper, and we're very welcoming of that as well. There's the full gamut. There's people come in with very single-minded focus of going, I want to build a table, I want to build a wardrobe. And they get stuck into it, and others come in going, I just want to help. I want to give something back to the community. So very diverse backgrounds, and people come in not knowing quite what they want, and they find their passion. So we've got a group who are very heavily involved in the garden, and they're growing fruits and vegetables. We have a beekeeping initiative, and people who had absolutely no background in bees but fell in love with that concept get involved. We've got a couple of young ladies who are involved in the metal shed, and they came in just with a curiosity, and now they're absolutely cracking good welders, which is quite a fine skill. So yeah, very diverse background of interests and folks from lots of different backgrounds. They just come along and attend a tour or go online and fill out a form. So it's fairly simple, straightforward. Fill out a form, tell us that you'd like to join. We have a very thorough induction program, a lot of focus on safety. So we have an online curriculum that you go through where you get familiarized with the safety protocols of all the equipment you'll be using. And then there's a half-day induction where you come in and we walk you through the shed, the protocols and so forth, and then you're on. In terms of help, we, as I mentioned before, men's sheds are charitable organizations, so we survive on the kindness of strangers. So whether if a local business wants to get involved and provide sponsorship or helping in kind, like the Gyms group, we're very, very grateful to Gyms Mowing. John and Adam are here helping us out, and we're so very grateful for the help they're giving us. And it's exactly that kind of outreach, where if members of community or members of businesses that are local that want to help in cash or kind, it's very, very welcome and gratefully received.